Hi guys, John and Plant here to tell you about something very special coming up in the coming months.
That's right. In October 2024, we were saddened to hear that regular listener and friend of the podcast, James Allen, had passed away at the age of 37 after a brave battle with bowel cancer. So, we're raising money for Teesside Hospice. Teesside Hospice provided James and his family with excellent palliative care. We wanted to support Teesside Hospice by raising some much-needed funds to continue helping enrich the lives of those with cancer in Teesside. So to raise as much money as we can, we're going out of our comfort zone and we're going on a walk.
To Mordor, up Mount Doom.
No, John, that's the Lord of the Rings.
Oh. We're teaming up with James's sister Jen to do a 25-mile walk around Ullswater Way at the Dalmain Loop on Saturday, the May the 3rd.
John, I've not been raising money for charity as long as you have, but I'm going to give Teesside Hospice what I think they want to see.
No, Planty, I've told you, that's a running man.
God!
Guys, if you want to support us, just go to justgiving.com/page/100thingpod or get ourselves at 100thingswelearntfromfilm.co.uk.
I hope we end up better off than that lad from Into the Wild.
Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Applegate, Mitchell, Anderson, Howard, Giamatti, Washington, Long and Lawrence. We're looking at 2000's Big Mommas house.
Hello everyone and welcome to your favourite film podcast that does the facts and the films and all that stuff. It's 100 Things We Learned From Film. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Planty and I've seen a lot of scary shit in my day, but damn, that was a lot of ass.
And I'm the other guys, and I'm here for the happy days.
Oh, happy ending.
Monday. Oh, no.
Terrible ending. It's the worst ending to any film I've ever seen.
It really is.
It's just fucking 30 seconds to go.
Drops.
It's the end of the film.
Done.
Yeah. This week, we are talking about what, John?
Big Mommas house from the year 2000.
Big Mommas house. Now, I picked this,
on.
and I picked this for one solitary reason. I've never seen it. I've just never seen it. And I knew it was going to be shit. I just didn't realise quite how shit.
Did you learn your lesson then?
Yeah, I learned my lesson that we need to believe in the person that's inside. Not the fat suit, which when I take my fat suit off, I look amazing. Yeah, it's also, I mean... It's very 2000.
I don't think you'd do
it today, would you? I don't think.
No. Don't lie. No.
Do it today. No. Yeah, we are, of course, the film podcast tries to learn 100 things from every film that we cover. If you like what we do, you can give us a quid. Anyone that gives us a quid gets a shout out and gets the name put on the wheel. We spin the wheel and we pick a film, whatever film you want us to do, which is great, fantastic. And next week is going to be one of those. More on that at the end of the episode. Big Momma's house, the year 2000. I wish we'd picked anything else, John. What could we have picked?
There's a lot. Right, so we'll start off with one I've not seen, Animal Factory, but what a cast.
Animal Factory, no one ever went to class. That one.
You're looking at Steve Buscemi, Edward Furlong, right? Danny Trejo, Willem Dafoe, Mickey Rourke.
I'm something of an Animal Factory myself.
There's a lot going on there.
I've just finished listening to Danny Trejo's autobiography, by the way. It's a fucking great read.
Is it good?
It's a great listen.
Machete.
Yeah, but again, not one for reading old Danny Trejo. So I think you would probably read it a lot quicker than he might read his own autobiography. But fuck, what a life he's had. And he's been killed on screen more times than anybody else.
Even more than Sean Bean?
Even more than Sean Bean. Sean Bean. That's right, yeah.
Right, so back to that.
Yes,
let's go back
yes,
here.
Indeed.
You're away again. Right, so Castaway.
Wilson!
Finding Forrester, which is weird because I've never seen...
Finding Forrest Whitaker.
Forrester, Sean Connery and Damon... Is it Matt Damon? Damon Wayans. We've got some Unbreakable for you.
Unbreakable Kimmy
We've got
Schmidt.
some Leprechaun in the Hood. Whoop whoop.
Never seen it. I've not seen any of the Leprechaun movies, actually.
Have you not?
Do we need to do one of those?
Nope.
Okay.
The Watcher, and I've left the best to last. Fortress 2 Re-Entry.
Ooh. Sexy.
Yeah, and it's
Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Christopher Lambert's in it
Is
as
he
well.
back?
Lambert. Yeah, he's back. for some re-entry.
Conor McLeod.
I don't want to try and download it in case I get something else. But yeah.
Kirsty, I think I've downloaded the wrong.
Yeah,
the wrong entry.
Wrong, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I wish we'd done any of those films. Of course, give us a quid. Follow us on the socials. Do all of that at 100things11film.co.uk. All of our links are there, including links to our walk, which is coming in exactly a month's time from now.
Oh,
you listening to this, a month from now, we will have just finished it. There you go. So,
God,
don't worry, John.
Jesus.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you, mate.
We
Thank you.
will
Need all the
limp you
encouragement I can
over
get.
that fucking line, son. Okay. Right, Big Momma's House. So we're going to spoil this film for you, you lucky people, if you've never seen it.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, it's on Plex for free, but you have to watch 7 million adverts.
Oh, God, I spent more time watching the bloody adverts than I did watching the film.
We are Lions International.
And I didn't know, see if you rewind it, it actually caused it to
do the adverts
give you
again.
more ads.
I know, sucks.
Nightmare.
Anyway, at Big Momma's House, John, $30 million budget, and fuck me, no wonder they kept making these. $174 million it made domestic.
No way.
That is astonishing money. Because we were all just yucking it up in 2000 in the cinema.
Oh, God, yeah. Anybody in a fat suit, there was not a professor going on. There was all sorts of crazy shit, the clumps.
We were lolling in, we were ruffling in the aisles at this shit.
Flubber.
We were flubbering it up. Is there a fat suit in Flubber?
Nah, but the wee guy's just a wee fat
little wee
guy,
fat
isn't he? The wee green man.
Dancey boy, yeah. Do a little dance, make a little love. Anyway, not doing that. It's 20th Century Fox and Regency Enterprises, John. Anything?
Yeah, we got. They were founded in 1991, and looking at their catalogue, it looks as if they've done all the Alvin and the Chipmunk films.
Oh, did they?
So we've got them to blame.
Yeah, absolutely. Road Chips. Yeah, Jesus. The Squeakquel. Jesus, is there like 4 of those films? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I know. And does David Cross fuck those girl chipmunks?
I think one of them at least. I think one of Brittany, isn't it? Brittany got it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know. This is it's started, listeners. Already we're like 5 minutes in. Right. Yeah. Regency Enterprises. In that time, John, they made over 100 films, including Oscars for Best Picture for The Revenant, Birdman, and a nomination for cheery rom-com 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, what about rom-com?
Their TV arm created Roswell. Remember
that
Roswell?
series with the guy in the models that just strutted about bloody Roswell.
Yes,
what the hell?
Exactly. And Malcolm in the Middle. Less good-looking kids in Malcolm in the Middle.
Coming back though.
Yeah, absolutely. Directed by Raja Gosnell, John. Not the Blue Raja Gosnell, yeah.
What?
We've done Scooby-Doo, which is technically, would you believe it, listeners, his 6th 100 Things film. We have covered 6 films that he has a hand in. Scooby-Doo,
Jesus,
this, but he's also edited Pretty Woman, Home Alone, Home Alone 2: Lost in Trump Tower, and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right.
What?
You got me to Trump Tower there.
So,
I know.
Listeners, if you're new to the podcast, we've done all those. Go back and listen to those. They're great episodes. We opened in this illegal betting den full of Korean lads, isn't it? Folk betting.
Yeah, dog fighting. Dog fighting. So it's apparently it's still legal in Japan and Albania.
Yeah, I absolutely got that. And Russia. And Russia as well.
And of course it is. They fight bears.
In Soviet Union, dogfight, yo. I don't know. It's references people over the age of 40.
Everyone.
Yeah, anyone listens to this podcast. Bloodsports, John, can be traced back to the Roman Empire, not the film Bloodsports.
I was going to say that. Are you sure that's not the late 80s?
In 13 BC, for the ancient Roman circus allegedly slew around 600 African beasts. So you're talking lions, tigers, bears. Oh my! Dogfighting can be traced to ancient Roman times as well. AD 43, dogs fought alongside the Romans and the British in the Roman conquest of Britain.
Wow.
Little baby Paul Giamatti gets dragged in by these goons.
Yeah.
Hired
Yeah.
goons. This old Korean man bets 10,000 on the white boy. And just as the dogs attack, he starts doing some kung fu moves, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's doing all right, isn't he?
He's doing all right, yeah, for an old guy.
Yeah.
He gets grabbed by the hair and it causes the face to stretch.
Face off. He done a John Travolta.
I had feelings of an agar suit.
That's a better one.
Does this look better? The face rips off and it's someone underneath. It's the Black Knight. It's Martin Lawrence's Malcolm.
It really is, aye.
Wow.
Jesus.
He says, "You'll never heard of Seoul, Korea," which
Oh god.
doesn't work. Like almost all of the lines in this.
Yeah, they don't
It's
land,
like
do they?
it was written by children.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Really is.
Like children that had never been let out of the house. The feds arrive and start arresting people. And Malcolm
I thought
Heston-
this was this. I thought this was second. So when it came on, I thought I don't know what version you watched, but I watched. Oh no, I watched yours
Yeah,
with
it
the
was on
subtitles.
Plex. Yeah.
So underneath it, when something came up, it came up Korea. So I thought they were actually in Korea, but it's not. It says Korean subtitles.
Yeah.
But I just missed that bit. So I thought, oh, do the FBI cover its jurisdiction cover Korea? But it turns out it doesn't. So the FBI's jurisdiction covers all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico and other territories. So they don't cover here, don't cover there. They just cover their own. Cover your own ass.
CIA. It's the Central Intelligence Agency that would
Yeah.
come here. And they can come and get us. America.
Yeah.
We're not going, so
And-
come and get us.
I've got another thing on FBI when we're on it. So, they used to be called the Bureau of Investigations.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, because I'd never heard it called the is it BOI? Boy!
Boy.
Boy! But they were called BOI up until 1935.
All right. Okay.
Just so you know.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
You're welcome, boy. Boy!
Seoul, Seoul, Korea. The full name of the capital of Korea is brilliant named Seoul Special Metropolitan City.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
Sounds like something out of 2000 AD, doesn't it?
It really does, doesn't it? Metro City 1, and we're going over 2.
Founded in the 18th century by the Bejike people. Loads of sister cities, and they're all massive too. Paris, Athens, Tokyo, Wellington, New York. Everyone's talking about K-pop. You'll love this. The official bird is the Korean magpie. The official colour is Seoul red, and the tree is the ginkgo.
Oh, the lovely ginkgo. Was that no an ingredient for shampoo? Love me some jojoba. Remember that everything they used to make up in the 90s?
Everything had
With any old
jojoba.
shite.
Timotei. Shame it wasn't the larch. The larch. Back in the office, Malcolm had to help John, and he's getting tonguey with this dog, isn't he? This dog's just licking him to death. So much for fighting dogs. Back in the office, Malcolm gets frightened by the mask from before. They put it in the filing cabinet, and it just pops up and shits itself.
Yeah.
It looks like the old boy with the steel balls in Phantasm, doesn't it?
I thought it was... I thought it looked a bit like Benjamin Button.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. Brad Pitt and
But luckily I looked it up because the guy that had done the makeup for this is a guy called Greg Canham. Canham.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, weird.
Yeah. But he done work on Bram Stoker's Dracula, but he also won an Oscar for Benjamin Button.
Oh, right. Oh, wow.
Who knew?
Hey,
Yes,
there
it's
you
all,
go. It's all
linked
cyclical,
together, big man. Yeah.
The reason he looks familiar is the Mrs. Doubtfire connection. He did Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Also, The Howling, Blade, and Lost Boys, which we've all
Oh.
We have done so many films that all kind of interconnect.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start doing films that aren't connected in any
maybe
way.
it's just a link. 100 films we linked together.
Yeah.
Or 100 degrees of separation.
That's easy, though, isn't it?
True.
We're kind of connected to all Hollywood 100 ways.
True.
Yeah, and that's just
John
that's
Wayne.
just me slagging off British cinema on other people's podcasts.
Of course you do. And you do it well, mate.
Thanks.
You do it well.
Sherry, which is a woman's name and a drink, and her kid Trent, which is a river and a person.
Yeah.
My favourite river. Are watching TV, and we see an escaped convict is on the loose. Sherry recognises him and gets Trent all packed up. Grab your medicine and we'll hit the road. And the kid's like, I'm ready. And he's got this massive fuck off footlocker, hasn't he? The
Oh,
suit
it's
that looks like it
huge.
should be at the
Like,
bottom of
there's
the
a
bed
body
in
in
full
there.
metal jacket.
Aye, exactly.
This is my rifle. This is my gun. Here's my 20 million in bearer bonds.
So I looked up Foot Locker, and every time you look up Foot Locker, do you know what's annoying about it? It keeps giving you bloody Foot Locker.
The
Like,
shop
as in
that we
the
talked
shop.
about last week's episode.
Yeah. So every time. So I don't know if we've done cover this before, but they call it a Foot Locker because it's a locker that sits at the foot of your bed. That's it.
And it's full of feet. It's full of foot.
It's full of feet, full of bodies. Aye.
The
Foot
Foot
porn.
Locker that Jack built.
Aye.
We learned that your man Lester walked out with $2 million in cash and bearer bonds. Bearer bonds, John, are a fixed income security where ownership is determined by physical possession of the certificate rather than being registered to a specific owner. So meaning, if you come and rob my house and my bearer's bonds, they're yours. Like cash.
Because it doesn't. Yeah. Cash monies.
He's, by the way, it's Terrence Howard, isn't it?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes, the original before he got
yeah,
blunt, didn't it?
Mr. Not featuring in this movie. Like, they try and shoehorn him into these stupid bits. What they should basically do is just have him at the beginning and then have him at the end. Instead of all this kind of like, we're following him on this road trip.
And
we're murdering
he's
nurses.
Escaped prisoner that walks up to the police and asks him where this woman stays. Is at one point I thought I was watching Blade because he was dressed in such a long black trench coat and he's jumping over roofs like a ninja. I'm like, what the fuck?
Absolutely spotted. He's on the roof, isn't he? Climbing on the roof.
Yeah.
Fucking like.
And dangles into the window like. Yeah. Ain't no thing. A wee bit of sweat on him, and then next scene it's just gone.
Dr. Michael Morbius.
Oh, crazy, man. Crazy.
Sherry worked at the bank, and the cops assume she was in on it. But she works 2 jobs and never spends any money. But they know she's at it. And she's gone. She's vanished. The chief sends them to Cartersville, Georgia, because apparently she had a grandmother there. And the chief's like, you might find the money near the Piggly Wiggly. I was like, the Piggly Wiggly?
Piggly Wiggly?
Making stuff up now. The Piggly Wiggly is a real thing, John. A US supermarket chain from the South. It was founded on September the 6th, 1916 in Memphis, Tennessee by Clarence Saunders.
Nice, strong name.
Yeah, and it was the first shop in the US that you could actually pick up your own products instead of having somebody behind a counter get them for you.
What?
Yeah, so the supermarkets we know today, all thanks to the Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
Well, I love looking up stuff that you mentioned. They mentioned Ring-a-Ding Burger.
Oh, I missed that. Ring-a-ding.
Ring-a-Ding Burger. I'm like, nah, I just made it for the film. Every time you check it, it just refers you back to the film. I did love a Ring-a-Ding Burger.
Yeah, me too. It's the Rat Pack's favourite burger, surely. Cartersville, John, this place, Cartersville, Georgia, right? It looks like the place Julia Roberts runs off to in Sleeping with the Enemy, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, doesn't it? It really does.
Also, better horrible husband chasing the woman down film.
Easy.
Because he's really scary in that, as we talked about. This guy, shit.
Be a predator.
What are you? What are you? Cartersville, John, real place originally known as Birmingham. Was founded by the English Americans in 1832. People from here, Robert Benham, the first African-American Supreme Court Justice. Not just a court justice. This guy's so good. He's supreme. Him and Diana Ross both.
I was going to say that. It's a duet together.
Stoned love indeed. And Newman actor Wayne Knight. Of course, we know from Basic Instinct and Jurassic Park. And Chloe Grace Moretz. Do you remember her?
Is that her with
she hit girl,
Kick-Ass.
and then she was in a few other things, and now she just solely makes films for Netflix.
She does sci-fi. That's what she does.
That we fall asleep watching on a Friday night after a few too many drinks every fucking time. Me and Rachel,
every time.
Oh, it's a Chloe Grace Moretz film. Let's fall asleep watching that.
Yeah, they're forgettable.
That's what they are. The lads are staking out Big Momma from the house across the road. Hattie May, right? Hattie May. They want to plant surveillance in the house. Just then, her and her old lady friends come over with the welcome wagon. Basically, a load of baked goods.
the bunt cake. I think we've already done that one.
Your dry ass bunt cake. She's she's mean as a gator, this woman, isn't she? She's such a mean old bitch. And I like her for it. Malcolm heads out the back and runs over to Hattie Mae's to put the bugs in the house. Meanwhile, John's trying to keep them longer. Are you married? Well, I was married, but not anymore. Oh, is your wife with Jesus? No, I think he's called Jesus.
I thought that was
the
brilliant.
gardener. He was spreading fertilizer in the bedroom. Again, Paul Giamatti fucking wasted in this. But if you remember back to about this time, he was in stuff like this. This is before Sideways, which obviously I think he was Oscar nominated for. But he was in stuff like this and Big Fat Liar.
Fat Liar,
which I went to the movies to watch. Big Fat Liar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I watched a lot of shit.
He was Planet of the Apes, wasn't he, as well?
Oh, God, yeah. It's actually, it's probably one of the better things in that Planet of the Apes movies.
Aye. Yeah.
Maybe I need to give that another watch.
Give it another go. I'm going to give it another go. Yeah.
I love all the Planet of the Apes movies. Even the one where they're in a circus. Quite like that one. With Khan, isn't it? It's Khan's the circus owner in that one. He manages to delay Hattie Mae long enough for Malcolm to clean up, but she's desperate to get back in because she's got the shits.
Yeah, she's been at the prunes, big man.
She does say, yeah. She's got diarrhea on the toilet, and you know it's an early 2000s film because it's not an early 2000s film without poo jokes.
The effects, yeah. But he tries to delay her, doesn't he? So he says, "Why don't we go over to yours and why don't you stay here and shuck corn?" Did you hear that?
Yeah, he does say that.
Well, what's the hell shuck corn? So to shuck corn is to remove the outer leaves and silk from the ear of the corn.
All right, excellent.
I didn't know that.
No,
shuck a corn, shuck a corn, shuck a.
Rock me, shuck a corn. Shoot some squirrels on the front or whatever he says. She knees him in the balls, doesn't she? And she says, if you want some more, I've got another knee, which is quite a good line. He just spends the whole movie getting hurt.
Every time. Yeah.
When she gets back in, she's on the loo, but he's hiding where?
He's in the bath. He's in the shower.
He's in the shower. And she's kind of like, who does number 2 work for? Isn't it? It's a very
it's one of the moments, isn't it?
Too many stewed prunes. She turns on the shower and gets naked before heading into the shower. And for some reason, because it's a magic shower curtain, she doesn't see him getting out as she's getting in.
Yeah.
And not her body, by the way, a body double. There you go.
Oh, yeah. No.
He sneaks away, and this is the thing. I've seen a lot of scary shit in my day, but damn, that's a lot of ass. Again, we're laughing because fat people. But if that's the worst thing that was going to happen in this film, I guess it's okay.
We're doing all right. Aye.
The next scene, this bit where he's Lester climbing the fucking rooftops looking for the money in Sherry's apartment. Soundtrack by Jermaine Dupri, Nas, and Monica. With I Got to Have It, yeah. Monica, the boy is not mine. I've Got to Have It. Didn't chart here, John, but made it to number 76 in Germany and number 16 where?
The Netherlands.
Correct.
Is it really?
Yeah, like that's the highest it got. Like the only places it ever charted was America on the urban chart, Germany, and the Netherlands, which is weird. Massive sample, of course, from one of my favourite songs of all time. Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. Yeah, it sounds great.
Because as soon as it came on, I was like, "Oh, it's Sledgehammer!"
And
it's like,
I'm going to be looking at Sledgehammer here. And I was like, "Ooh." Among the last songs recorded for that album was presented to the band as they were packing up their equipment. Drummer Manu Katché was preparing to board a taxi and return home to Paris when Gabriel coaxed him into recording. He achieved his drum part in one take and was asked by Gabriel to record a few more goes, although Katché insisted any subsequent attempts at recording another track would be inferior.
Oh,
which we know, of course, was just an excuse so he didn't miss his flight.
Aye. Exactly. I know, yeah.
He's like, come on, mate, we're not having this. 1987 MTV Music Awards, John. It won the following. Deep breath. Video of the year. Best male video. Best concept video. Most experimental video. Best overall performance. Best direction. Best visual effects. Best art direction. And best editing.
It was everywhere.
You would be fucking gutted if your video was up that year, wouldn't you?
Oh, you'd be fucked. I think it would beat any Michael Jackson stuff as well. That'd been tough competition.
And that's before we even talk about the video, really. which is
Again,
fucking brilliant. Massive everywhere, of course. 4 in the UK, Tree in Ireland, New Zealand present, and the Kjetil Osvald Norwegian chart. And it also chopped the charts in USA, Canada, there you go. Very popular in North America.
Boy, done well. It was good. I loved it.
Me too.
I
think it still sounds.
It still stands. Yeah.
Still sounds really, really good. I think you probably could release it today, and people would go, except for maybe the panpipes bit, because panpipes are a bit old.
Oh, aye.
You know, fuck off, Enya.
Yeah.
Enigma.
Put some...
Return to innocence. Yeah, but yeah, other than that, Jimmy Savile. Lester climbs in and finds some pills in Trent's name. Dr. Green, Wiltshire Paediatrics. The apartment, John, was filmed only 800 feet from Roger's house in Training Day. There you go.
What?
Again, another episode. How many episodes are we referencing here?
Yeah. Man.
Malk and John are watching the video. Hattie Mae gets a phone call from a friend who needs help. She says, I can stay a few weeks. And she jumps in a taxi. The boys take the opportunity to head into the house. The phone rings while they're there, and it's Sherry. She starts leaving a voicemail for her Big Momma, her grandmother. And she says, as you're not there, I'm not going to visit. I don't want to bother you anymore. Malcolm picks up the phone and does this awful impression of Hattie Mae. You know, it's all this child and all that, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Ooh,
this house is clear.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I'm not entirely sure I can do any of these impressions because that makes me really racist. It's bad enough he's doing it, but then for me to be doing it, I don't think is okay. John says, what the hell did you just do? He says, I kept us in play. The plan is to use the makeup from Mrs. Doubtfire and White Chicks, as well as a fat suit, to make her a big old fat lady. The next morning, Sherry arrives, and here's Malcolm dressed as the big old fat lady. Now, he's so jowly in this fat suit, he looks like he does in that latest Bad Boys film.
Do you know what? I was going to say that if they were to remake that now, he wouldn't need that fat suit because he looks exactly like...
He does.
That's
he
terrible.
Does
That's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible.
But
But did you see those arms? Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
like because they didn't have obviously the padding at that time. It looked like an 80s power suit.
It did
with the
very
big
much
pants.
so.
Just walking about with these.
What didn't help, I guess,
arms.
is that we're watching it in quite high definition.
Right.
On Plex. I think we're probably watching like Blu-ray level. I couldn't see. I went into the thing to see what we're watching. Let's say at the very, very worst, we're watching like 720p.
Right.
So you're talking Blu-ray type stuff. I mean, on DVD, on VHS, it probably looked all right.
Aye.
Fuck me, it looks atrocious here.
It looked bad, didn't it? It's like, Jesus.
He takes Sherry and Trent in. And now, listeners, I am going to refer to Malcolm as Big Momma now. And also as she, because she is a character. Remember, listeners, never forget, the most important message I've got for you this week is trans lives matter, all right? And I mean that, and we're going to respect the fucking character, all right? Even though it's a bloke pretending to be a woman for nefarious needs. Big Momma puts a pan on with butter, lard, and oil. I'm going to do pork chops and turkey necks. She's like, do you like turkey neck? And she's wobbling this turkey neck. It's like Moe's Hobo Chicken. I start with the best bit, the neck. She puts Crisco in, John. Crisco is what the Americans call shortening. The first shortening to be made entirely of vegetable oil was Crisco, originally cottonseed, launched in 1911. And according to Drew Sawyer, you'll like this, listeners, art historian, in the 70s, cans of Crisco were so synonymous with gay sex that discos and bars around the world took on names such as Crisco Disco in New York, one of the premier clubs during the late 70s and early 1980s.
Crisco Disco.
Crisco Disco. And of course, it is a reference to the fact that they were using it as lubricant. Good for you, lads. That's what I say. 250 grams of lard, John, at Asda, 59p.
It's still going for the deep fat fryer, big man. Whoop whoop.
Gee or get to fuck, I say. John radios Malcolm to tell him that his face is falling off. He runs over and slinks through a pot of mask glue in the window. but it doesn't work. So Big Momma uses a big chunk of gaffer tape instead.
Duct tape,
So you
yeah.
see, she picks up the staple gun at one point, and she's
I
like,
think
considering it, and then she goes,
maybe.
nah. It's quite good. Big Momma asks why Sherry's here. Are you in trouble? And Sherry says, no, but have you got duct tape on? And she's like, oh, child, it works with the unsightly hairs. You can kind of, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if it does.
Give it a go.
The pork chop sets on fire, John, and she has to put it out with cabbage leaves.
Exactly.
She's got to size these cabbage leaves, by the way. I wish I could grow
fans,
like
weren't they? Huge.
Here's one from the archives, John. How to put out a fat fire.
Remember that? I remember people just throwing the water on it like, no, wet tea towel, please.
Cover the pot with a metal lid. Fire cannot exist in the absence of oxygen. With the lid on and the heat off, the fire should quickly consume all the oxygen and put itself out. Use a metal lid since glass will shatter. Pour on baking soda to extinguish a small grease fire. And of course, we know the old classic, John, a damp tea towel.
Wet tea towel. Yeah. That's I'd use that in any case. Yeah. But how horrific was it when they threw the water? Remember, it used to show you the fireman throwing the water on it, and it was,
goes
my
up,
God.
Yeah.
Aye, it's crazy scary.
People our age will never do that.
No.
Doesn't work with a air fryer, does it?
No. Or fly a kite near a substation. That was just as horrific, by the way.
Or go anywhere near some still water. Fuck that, mate. Yeah. I didn't even go on a farm, the amount of things that'll kill you on a farm.
I know.
Even when you're an adult, let alone a child.
I don't know how much they leave the house. There was that many warnings. Don't go into the sea. Don't eat your sandwiches near the beach, you know. Jesus.
Don't take a little boat out on the sea. Yeah.
Aye.
This food looks atrocious, by the way. That's the fact.
It's horrid.
There's a knock at the door. Big Momma heads to answer it with a gun. It's a gentleman caller trying to feel her up. And she's like, It's just a Bible salesman. His name's Ben Rawley, and he's a pervy old boy. She sees him out. I am not street booty. You're treating me like street poontang. And I'm like,
I had to look that up, by the way.
If these were references 25 years ago.
So I looked up poontang. So the origin is uncertain, right? But they're saying it's likely to be French for putain. For prostitute.
Oh, right.
Or Jamaican Creole punani, which is poontang's nemesis, isn't it? But the punani means female genitalia.
Oh, right.
And Jamaican Creole.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's one of those, but it's totally uncertain where that comes from.
Oh,
okay. I thought it came from Bubble Boy for the 90s, but what do I know?
Yeah, it's too.
Yeah,
it's not funny. It's just not funny.
It can dig you a hole.
And just when you think it couldn't get any less funny, you don't come into a woman's house and lead with your shaboinka boink.
Shaboinka boink.
Shaboinka boink, listeners. It's so fucking 2000s cringe. He offers her a corsage, but she says it's not a prom. A corsage is a small decorative floral arrangement typically worn by women that can be pinned to clothing or tied around the wrist, often for special occasions such as weddings. The word corsage comes from the French term bouquet de corsage, meaning a bouquet of flowers worn on the upper part of the body, specifically the bodice. Clarence Bodisker.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Martin Lawrence fell into a 3-day coma, John, from jogging in warm costumes during summer filming. For any particular active scenes, the fat suit required built-in cooling tubes to help.
Nice.
It's a fucking tube.
Right.
Back in the city, this doctor's office is just closing, but Lester arrives. You see this, you see the outline and like the side of this nurse's head, don't you? And then, like a moment later, you see this fish tank with a fucking wig in it.
Wig in it, but
she's obviously meant to be
the woman's head. Well, but then it pans round, but you don't actually see her at the fish tank. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird, man.
I assume he's cut her head off and put it in the... I don't know.
I'll just cut her hair off.
Yeah, that's it. He's wearing her face like Martin Lawrence.
She's been V for Vendetta. Get her hair off.
He drowns the nurse to get the records, which shows that they picked up a script in Cartersville. Again, we'll say goodbye to him for half an hour because it's not important. In the middle of the night, Sherry wakes up Big Momma with someone at the door. but her boobs are all over. There's one over her shoulder. And I kind of like the line of, "Whoa, child," because it's always like, "Whoa, child." When you get to my age, they're like yard dogs. If you don't put them on a leash, they roam all over the neighbourhood.
All over the place. That was pretty funny.
And I was okay with that. This pair of characters have brought a woman over to give birth. Big Momma is the midwife of the neighbourhood, we learn. Did you recognise one of these women?
She was from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah, little baby Octavia Spencer is here.
Oh, no.
You're talking about the woman giving birth.
I'm talking about
She's the mum, isn't she?
yeah.
In Everyone Hates Chris.
Yeah.
Octavia Spencer, by the way, 31 years old, little baby.
Aye, she's come on a lot. She's doing well, aye.
Smash cut to Big Momma screaming at this woman's vagina.
Yeah.
And then Nolan, the security guard, Anthony Anderson, he's always all right, especially when he's getting kicked the fuck out of by Kangaroo Jack. And his line is, "Damn, that's a baby," which I quite like. She asks for hot water towels and lard, preferably Crisco.
Crisco, yeah.
And John on the video's going, "They use Crisco for everything down here."
Everything.
Big Momma basically bastes Retha's bits, and the baby just ba-doing flies
Paul's
out.
right out.
Ba-doing,
Ba-doing.
girl, isn't it? Home births in the USA, John. In 2023, the United States saw 46,918 home births. The rate of home births in the US has increased by 60% in the past 7 years, reaching nearly 2% of all births.
Jesus.
Which you can understand why when you consider the average cost of delivery is around $11,453 in a hospital, whilst a caesarean C-section averages $17,103.
Bloody hell, no wonder they have it at home.
Yeah.
Quite right.
Absolutely right. Can you imagine that? What do we pay? National insurance.
I know. And maybe a couple of pounds for a box of roses or quality sheets for the nurses.
Yeah, some fucking biscuits, some
Tradition,
fucking
innit?
bits and pieces for the nurses. Of course it is.
Shortbread.
Shortening bread. Shortbread. God, you're so Scottish.
I really am, isn't it? Yeah, have some stovies.
Sherry tells Big Momma she was amazing. Big Momma comes up with names like Trayvon and Rayvon for a boy.
Oh,
Rayvon! Scream if you want to go faster. The louder you scream, the faster the ride. For a boy.
It's no true. It's no true.
It's not. Or Shaniqua for a girl.
Oh,
and it's
God.
not funny. It's just not funny. Sherry gives Big Momma back a necklace that she gave her previously. And Big Momma asks about men, the old boyfriend. But Sherry gives nothing away. Gives absolutely nothing away.
Yeah.
Next morning at 5:30 a.m, Big Momma wakes up. She's missing her wig and the mask is ripped. So Malcolm rips it off and heads out to see John across the road, falling out a window and into a tree where he loses the Big Momma's suit.
Yeah, and turns back into him.
Yeah. He grabs it and heads back to the house, and just as he's about to head in, Sherry answers the door. He introduces himself as Malcolm. I'm the electrician, and then electrocutes himself on a doorbell.
That's himself, didn't he? That's all right with that.
Which I was into. Trent comes out and shows Malcolm his karate and flat out punches him in the face, knocking him down, before twisting his arm and making him yell. In the house, John explains to Malcolm that he blew his cover. But Big Momma runs across the road and gets in Sherry's car when she sees that there's a big hold-all in the back of the car. Sherry makes excuses, but Big Momma's having none of it and goes with her. Ben Rawley's in the town centre and he wants to give her his mother's bracelet. But just before she can take it, her girlfriends grab her and take her to Nolan's self-defence class. He's such a prick, Nolan, in this. Like, he roughs up this woman, Gertrude, and he slams the fuck out of her. And then picks her up and does it again.
Jesus.
Obviously,
prick.
Upset by this, Malcolm, as Big Momma, offers to get up next. There's an okay fight scene between them, which I quite liked.
Yep.
Nut Rocker by Bee Bumble and the Stingers, John.
Oh, Bee Bumble and the Stingers,
You know this one.
Jesus.
1962 piece of music. At the time of its original release in the UK, the BBC had a policy of banning records which parodied classical music. In the words of the committee, they decided that the instrumental piece is quite openly a parody of a Tchaikovsky dance tune. It's clearly of an ephemeral nature and in our opinion will not offend reasonable people. It went on to make it to #1 in the UK.
Oh, well done.
There you go.
They were bees.
The bee's knees.
So I looked up the oldest person to get a black belt in karate. So it turns out it was a granddad called Mike Mitchell, and he was 74.
Oh, right. Will
Who
you
knew?
still need me? Will you still give me a black belt when I'm 74?
74. He'll need a belt.
Some of those braces.
Oh, God, aye. There was a scene before that. I don't know what scene it was, but somebody mentioned sipping on the yak. Did you hear this?
I got. Do you know what? I didn't write it down, but I have got facts on corn liquor, which she also mentions. Yeah, but I can't remember where that was.
So,
yeah.
Sipping on yak is slang most likely to refer to sipping on cognac or brandy.
Oh, right. That makes so much sense.
Sipping on yak. Here you go.
I had corn liquor. Corn alcohol or corn whiskey is a type of American liquor made primarily from corn, with a mash bill of at least 80% corn, and can be aged in new and uncharred or used oak barrels. Unlike bourbon, which requires a mash bill of at least 51% and aging in new charred oak barrels. Corn whiskey, of course, can be done in used ones. Old Dog Corn Liquor from Henstone Distillery, John, in Shropshire. £37.97.
See, every time you see corn liquor,
Yeah.
I automatically get a picture in my head of Malachi for Children of the Corn. I'm like, he's a right fucking corn liquor, isn't he? Malachi, you wee prick.
Malachi is a wee prick. Fucking hat, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
Look like he should be in Poltergeist too.
I really should, didn't he? Oh, he's scary as shit, by the way, that wee guy.
Yeah, because he was dying.
He was
dying
dying.
of cancer.
I know, still though.
He'd got bronchitis. Big Momma says most attackers seek out people that look like they can't defend themselves. You got a second to fight back and assert your power. And then Nolan grabs Big Momma's. Oh, after Big Momma's knocked him out. Big Momma says knock you out. He grabs BM's wig and rips it off of her head, and then he's kind of like looks like. And he goes, I know I got some splaining to do. And I was like, Ricky, I got some splaining to do. Just then, the rest of the old girls do the same. And one of them goes, I ain't messing up my wig to fight this loser. And I was like, yes. Back at Big Momma's house, John goes through a locked box, photos and Trent's footlocker, toys. No money to be found anywhere. Here comes Sherry and Big Momma. Trent is here looking sad with his basketball. And she shouts after Sherry, doesn't she? Because Sherry's going in to cook. Make sure you put that fat back in the greens. And I thought, what the fuck is fat back? It's pork rind, John. It's basically scratchings before you've cooked it. It's the skin and the fat off the back. 1954 rhythm and blues song Fat Back and Corn Liquor, would you believe?
Malachi.
Was written by Louisiana songwriter Rudy Toombs. I assume between crawling around air ducts and eating people's livers.
Exactly. Rudy Toombs.
There you go. I fucking love pork scratchings, by the way.
Do you?
I love
big
pork
fan.
I could just eat pork scratchings. I don't know why I'm fat. Trent's looking sad at his basketball, as I said. He sits down next to him and gets him to spill. But Trent explains the older guys were mean to him. They kicked him off the court. And Big Momma says, let me go get my 9. No, I better calm down. Let's take a walk down the court. Which I did laugh at, let me go get my 9. And basically we now have this 2 versus 2. And it's Big Momma's can't jump now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
She's got moves, though, of course. And they win. But Nolan sees her dunk the winner, and that looks really sus.
Aye.
The next morning, Big Momma tells Sherry that Malcolm was asking after her. Child, if I was 40 years younger and able to walk down the street without tripping over my own breasts, I'd let him have a piece or something. Sherry gets jam on her dressing gown and takes it off to wash it, but she's just in her pants. And Big Momma falls off her chair trying to perv on her.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
It's pretty bad, yeah. Although she's got a great ass. In fairness to Nia Long, whatever she's called. Later, Sherry and Trent are heading fishing. Malcolm arrives and tells him he knows all the best places to fish. On a boat on the lake, Malcolm's doing a bad job of fishing. He falls backwards into the boat, and Sherry takes a photo on what was basically like a box brownie camera or something.
I know, it was weird, wasn't it?
I was expecting it to bloody end up making a trip to the moon or something with this.
Aye, it was pretty,
So
it's like,
Later, Trent is trying to catch lightning bugs, and Sherry tells Malcolm that she recognises his eyes. He changes the subject and asks about her last boyfriend. Some people are not who they say they are. You can trust me, he says. Malcolm heads to see Trent and helps him catch a bug. Lightning bugs, John, or fireflies? Rachel asked me while we were watching it, surely fireflies don't glow in the day. Some are active during the day, relying on chemical pheromones rather than bioluminescence for communication.
Ah, right, okay. No pheromones.
Meanwhile, in the city, Lester is buying a gun from a guy on the street who tries to charge him double. He pays the $100 and then the gun salesman pulls his own gun on him. He says, go on then, pull it. And the gun guy bottles it. And this is supposed to prove that Lester's a stone cold motherfucker, I think. But to be fair, he's already murdered a nurse, so I don't think we need to...
Doesn't really need to enforce the fact he's
we needed to know he got a gun, but
yeah.
just bought a gun,
yeah.
you know. We don't need fucking Lester's road trip.
Aye, yeah, I know. We don't need another Jacko scenario where he's just shooting everybody that sells him a gun.
You use this word, dum-dums? That night, outside the stakeout house, Nolan shows up and threatens the lads. He believes they've murdered Big Momma. They explain they're undercover and tell him he could help them, and that they'll get him in the FBI. He agrees to help.
You get the F first.
Oh, yeah, you get
the F first. That is quite funny. You get the F first, but you'll get the BI
and then you'll
later.
get the BI later. He agrees because he's a fucking idiot character.
Yeah.
In the night, Sherry has a nightmare that Lester's come for her, so she goes to check on Trent and he's sleeping. She heads in to sleep with Big Momma. Of course, Malcolm's very turned on by lying next to her. She feels...
Oh, it was the lightning, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was the lightning. There was lightning strike. So I was looking for the longest thunderstorm, but I've got this for you. The longest lightning bolt ever recorded stretched 477 miles, so that's 768 kilometres across Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, on the 19th of April 2020.
Fuck me.
477 mile lightning strike. That's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Crazy. He's got a stoner. Oh no, he's no.
No, he's not.
He's got a torch.
In the back and it's a flashlight. And then
that was quite funny.
But what was funny was the line at the end. Have you got a second flashlight? And we're having fun. We're making jokes.
Yeah. Even he looks at the camera and breaks the third.
Yeah, there's a real kind of like, wah, wah. It's a living. In the morning, John wakes up Big Momma and accuses him of being off the boil because of how he feels about Sherry. He points out she didn't bring back the bag the other day, and then she made a telephone call in town as well.
Yep.
Trent comes in and tells Big Momma that she needs to get ready for church. The brilliant gospel place with the always fun Cedric the Entertainer as the minister.
Yeah.
He says, "We ain't having service today. We're having church."
I know. I actually went, "What is that?" And I had to rewind it again. Like, what did he say?
We're having
church.
We're having church. It's great. He picks Big Momma to speak in to the congregation. She has been to Sorrow's kitchen and licked the pot clean.
And she's like...
Again, he's great value for money. She gets up and says, "Should I talk about the evil of drugs?" "No, Big Momma don't know about drugs. Unless we're talking about Harry Belafonte. I was addicted to that man for a long time."
What did you get? Did you get
nothing? Nothing, because I just ran out of time. I've
got something.
Oh, good man.
I've got something. Yep. So Harry Belafonte was an American singer, actor, and civil rights activist who popularised calypso music with international audiences between the 1950 and the 1960s. I had one of his songs, but I totally lost it. But that's what
Beetlejuice,
I've got for you.
The end of Beetlejuice.
Aye. Yeah.
Daylight come and we
They want to go home. And just to let you know, a choir. I've looked up how many people it takes to how many people it takes to make a choir, and it says a choir can be as small as 2 people just want to sing together.
Oh, that's sweet. Bard and Bella wankers. Instead, she talks about leading a secret life, and she's almost talking to Sherry, we guess. Our secrets eat away at us. We've got to confess everything. The truth shall set you free.
Yeah.
And the day that happens, oh, won't it be a happy day? And then she starts singing Oh Happy Day. By the way, this bloke playing the keyboards doing the worst Ray Charles impression I have ever seen. And listeners, Ray Charles still alive at this point. I'm telling you now, if he'd seen this, he would have surely have sued.
Mate, he ain't seen shit. He ain't seen shit.
Shit.
I went Spaceballs.
Yeah, and
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, oh man, you go to the fiery bad place, you mate. That's.
Are you gonna edit that out?
No, it's great.
Sorry,
It's
mate.
great. I love
He
it.
ain't seen shit. That's what came in my head. God, I can't believe that's that guy from bloody Voyager, and that's all he's known for.
I know that, and Death Wish 4.
Yeah, who knew?
He was selling drugs to my kid. Back at the house, there's a noise coming from inside. We're nearly there, listeners. This is almost the end of the movie. Thank fuck. Big Momma pulls Malk's gun and kicks the door in, yelling in a big Malcolm voice, "Freeze!" But it's a surprise party. It's Big Momma's birthday. She heads upstairs to get changed and hears a bump. It's Trent in the cupboard, and we see he's made a photo album with the pictures from the day fishing. With his mom and with Malcolm. It's lovely. He's a good kid. Big Momma knocks over Trent's footlocker, and we see it's obviously not just full of Lego, but it's full of money in a section under the toys hidden away.
Yeah.
She accuses Sherry of stealing the money, but Sherry says she was only guilty of losing the bank keys, and Lester, her boyfriend, took them and took advantage of her. She never called it in because she didn't want to get in trouble for losing the keys.
Right.
Big Momma says she'll call Malcolm and fix it, but she goes in for this massive kiss. Then she kisses her right on the mouth.
Yeah,
that's like, Big Momma, what you doing? But even if it wasn't Big Momma, like that is a completely required kiss on the lips.
It's not. I know.
I mean,
it was
again,
right in there, wasn't it?
Years ago, but still not okay. Big Momma heads into her bedroom, and Ben is laying naked on the bed, isn't he? If I see your shaboinka, all hell is going to break loose. And we laugh again. Just then a taxi pulls up and Hattie Mae is in it. She's back.
The real Big Momma.
John tries to delay her, but she offers the taxi driver $20 to kick his ass. Now, I was certain for a moment or two, I had to take it back, that this was Ving Rhames.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's non-union Ving Rhames. Ving Rhames was not available, but they got some big motherfucker to drive a taxi.
He was already bloody... trussed up like a turkey in that basement, and
does the taxi driver look like a bitch?
Like a gimp. Bring out the gimp.
Hattie Mae comes in and tells everyone she wants to get freshened up. The second she leaves, Big Momma comes in different clothes, and everyone's like, "Oh, that was quick." You know, it's this really good. And I've got to be honest, I love slapstick like this. I love it when somebody, somebody looks like somebody, and they live. Yeah. It's always been top stuff for me. That as a kid. And as an adult human. Upstairs, Trent isn't responding to Sherry. When she walks in, Lester's there reading The Raven. Hattie Mae finds the old nosy neighbour, the one that she said the corn liquor line to earlier on, and Ben at it in her bed. She runs downstairs to grab her baseball bat, but they end up grabbing her and she ends up dancing at the party. Lester drags Sherry downstairs at gunpoint, and she says goodbye to Hattie Mae, and Nolan spots the gun pointing at her. When Lester spins round with Nolan pulling his gun, Nolan manages to drop the clip out the bottom of the gun.
Yeah, I know the belt is just for it.
That's pretty good going. But before Lester can fire, Big Momma comes somersaulting in through the window and fights Lester. The line is, "Not in Big Momma's house."
Dun dun dun. They won it.
Big Momma wins the fight but loses her face in the act. Trent spots that it's Malcolm and upset runs off upstairs. Just then, Lester gets back up and grabs for his gun. Malcolm jump kicks the fuck out of him and knocks him out
it's
the
a
window.
cracker, wasn't it? That was a good one.
And Hattie Mae's line is, "Someone better tell me what's going on, because this is some freaky shit." He's good. Malcolm approaches Sherry and explains he believed in her, but she's certain that he didn't. Suited and booted, he explains on the phone to John that he's going to testify and he's nervous, so he's obviously going to court. He walks through the doors and he's in church. Reverend.
Testify.
He says, "The good book says, if you don't know me, then don't judge me." And Trent goes, "No, that was Tupac." Again, I like it. Of course it was Only God Can Judge Me from 1996. Ironically enough, 7 months after the release of this, God would indeed be judging him. Shot dead in Vegas, 13th of September, 1996. He explains to Sherry that the makeup and fat suit were fake, but how he felt was real. And it's easily the worst ending speech of anything I've ever watched.
Oh, that's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish.
Big Momma says, "Sherry, come up here and get your man."
I know.
And
get your weirdo.
And that's it. She gets up, she sings "Oh Happy Day," and we get credits.
Yep.
"Oh Happy Day, John," 1967 gospel music arrangement of the 1755 hymn by clergyman Philip Doddridge.
Ah, the old Dodder.
In 2005, "Oh Happy Day" was one of 50 recordings chosen that year by the Library of Congress to be added to the National Recording Registry.
Right.
It is, of course, in the much better film Sister Act 2,
Sister Act 2.
which I wish we'd watched.
With Lauryn Hill in it.
Lauryn Hill.
One of the original Fugees.
George Harrison stated the song was a primary inspiration in the writing of his 1970 hit "My Sweet Lord."
Ah, okay.
There you go. Any other facts?
So the earliest iteration of Red Roof Inn, so that's the real place that
yeah.
they mention, is founded in Columbus, Ohio in 1973, and it was founded by a racing team owner, Jim Truman.
Oh, right. The Truman Show.
They got exactly Truman. The guns used in was a Beretta 92 SB and a 92 FS Inox.
That's the 9.
And a Sigma P226.
All right.
That's your guns. There's your guns.
Good stuff. Nia Long was in talks to join the cast of Charlie's Angels at this point. She was persuaded to join this film upon receiving a bunch of roses with the attached note, "Come to us, where you will be the only angel."
Oh,
Fucking
bastards.
folk. I know, yeah. Imagine if she'd been in that Charlie's Angel movie.
I know.
Because I'm not saying that the others in it weren't massive, because they were, but fuck me, you know, that was a big movie that year.
Oh, I know.
And
It was
possibly
it
a future episode. I don't hate that
Yeah,
film
yeah.
as much as I probably should.
and I like the fact that Crispin Glover was in one of them. That shows quality.
Well,
by
Crispin
the way.
Glover's in. Yeah, he's creepy in this first one. Yeah.
Aye, yeah.
The only Big Momma film not to be released the same year as a film in Pixar's Cars franchise. Get a load of this.
What?
Big Momma's House 2, the year of Cars, 2006. Big Momma's Like Father, Like Son, 2011, the same year as Cars 2. How the fuck this
Conspiracy effort.
Conspiracy indeed. There's a line about there's a line when Big Momma and Big Momma are together, and someone says, "Y'all are like the Double Mint twins." And we know what the Double Mint twins is, of course. But what you didn't know is Gene and Lisa Sagal, sisters of Futurama actress Katie Sagal,
No
became
way.
well known for their role as the Double Mint twins in the 80s.
Loved Peggy, man.
Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah,
One of my favourite-
absolutely.
Oh, God.
In addition to this role, they were in a sitcom called Double Trouble in 1984, which ran for 2 seasons and 23 episodes.
There you go.
Pretty good. I'm going to top them up, John. How many do you think we got?
Right, I'm going to use my...
Oh,
my
yeah,
magic
because
powers.
you're really good at this, so you've had some real right-on-the-nose hits. So...
86.
I'm just going to top this up again. This makes great listening. John, 88.
Oh, what a year. Oh, 2 away,
88,
man.
you can just about see. 88, fucking hell. 10, 20, 88. Wow.
Right, that's fine.
That's
Well,
crazy.
better than
Was you
that.
not guessed 83 last time as well? 84. Oh no, hang on.
86.
They're all on the same. They're still on the same notepad. Fucking hell, John. Last week it was 88 as well. You guessed, and
What?
you got it right. 88. So we're nothing if not consistent with
True
not
that.
getting 100 things.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that will continue next week. Next week's
Yeah,
episode.
we've got some
Yeah.
crackers coming up, haven't we?
Now it's time, of course, for me to give a shout out to the patrons. All right, lads and lassies, apologies. I had some fantastic insults written down for you, but it turns out that I don't know how to save a notepad, and instead I just closed it down, deleting it completely about 2 minutes before we recorded. So just throwing this in because, as you can probably tell, I was a bit on the hoof. So thank you so much to Kurt, Stig, James, Lee Davies, Candy, Oodles, Kieran, Jake, lovely Rob Jones, Jen, Megan, Dale, Ali, Maria, Paul Parks, Ian McComish, Nigel Davies, Dan and Gavin Belson, Aaron Huggett, Joe, Biggie, Mono, Ian Graham, Gav McGill, Josh Wilson, Gadget, and Rachel and Phil. Thanks very much for your support, guys. Promise next week you'll get insulted to fuck. So much so that we'll probably lose 2 patrons. John, say some. Oh, John, what are we talking about next week?
Oh, the old invasion of the body stealers, Burke and Hare.
Oh yeah, they did steal bodies. Yeah, that's so fun. Patron's Choice by Ian McCulloch.
Ian, yeah. Ian, yeah.
Okay. John, say something nice to the people at home, as I've said some really horrible stuff there.
Do you know what? I would love to, but I'm still in mourning for Val Kilmer, man. That's still really.
They killed him off in that Maverick film? I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, and they give him a wee hug and all that. It was just, man, just Top Secret. It was one of my first.
Top Secret is very good.
One of my first.
He was a cunt to Richard Stanley though, wasn't he? In Dr. Moreau's though. So fuck that.
Yeah. But no. But other than that, we're still in training. We're still getting ready for the big walk, and we are gonna get through this, brother. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this.
Fantastic. Listeners, come back next week when we're going to be talking a Scottish film, kind of, in a way, with no Scottish people in it. One Scottish person, I think, in it. So we'll be back next week with Burke and Hare. But for now, he's been John, I've been Planty, and this has been 88 Things We Learned from Big Momma's House. See y'all.
See you guys.